Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today the plan is to actually go into the Farmstead. I know last time I kind of hinted at the fact that I wanted to go get the Shimmering Cloak. However, I found this in the Farmstead, the Spike Stone, 33% damage reflection, and I got thinking about it. Normally this wouldn't be something I would use, especially on... This has very case uses that I only use rarely, and I would use even more rarely in this type of an estate. However, down the line, very, very far down the line, I'm thinking Raiju down the line. Things I might not even get to in this estate. This has some very big key uses. So I'm not sure if I will get to use this trinket, but if I do, this has some very, very big key potential, and I would like to have it in my back pocket for those things. Rare trinkets are easier to get down the line. Uncommons like this, down the line, are harder to actually get sometimes. So I'm gonna grab this because this is, it sounds weird, but this is gonna be harder to get when I want to get it. And the fact that this is just kind of sitting here going, hey, I'm here. You know how useful I am sometimes. I want it. Because if I can pair this with a few other things, I can get over 100% damage reflection with the characters I have. Think the Arbiter. I'm pretty sure I have the Arbiter on this estate, even though I don't see them. I'm pretty sure I have them on. I'm gonna go double check that. They haven't just died, right? I'm forgetting who I have on this estate already. Wait a moment. I'm cross-referencing the public version I have out, because he was supposed to... Yeah. The Arbiter is supposed to be here, so... I'm going to go double check this list later. But obviously I had forgotten some mods. Or something happened down the line. I don't know. But the Arbiter was supposed to be here. I was kind of curious as why some mods hadn't been appearing. But the Arbiter is supposed to be here. I'll double check everything else later. We'll figure that out. We'll figure everything else out later. I'm going to double check that mod list. He was supposed to be on that. I know I literally just double checked the publicly available mod list. Arbiter's on that. I found it kind of weird that he wasn't appearing. But that's one of the trinkets that I was kind of thinking about.
An eternity of futile struggle.
Is this little guy with the Arbiter that I could get over 100% damage reflection and I would just shred things because of the amount that they would be hitting themselves essentially for, and then he would also have that riposte going. Oh boy. Now that I'm almost into veterans and the fact that I'm just going to be getting another apprentice soon, that's going to be rough. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be going to get that. The team is going to be some people that I haven't used in a little bit. Hopefully getting the Krakenslayer to level 2. Haven't used the Arbalist at all, I think, this estate. So hopefully getting some action in on them. So Mani, the shield breaker, using Pierce to hit row 4. Otherwise it has armor piercing. Adderkiss to blight the first few rows, moving back, exposed to bypass stealth because there's stealth mechanics in here. And then Serpent's Way just in case I need a block, because block has proven itself ever so useful. We have the Poison Skull on her, so she does extra damage and crit versus bladed, because we will be doing Adderkiss a lot. It also on attack hit blight 1 for 3 rounds for when she does pierce or expose. It also adds extra blight to Adderkiss, which is nice, but gives blight to her non-blight attacks. We then have the blight amulet, so she does 33% blight amount extra, and has extra blight resistance, so her blight resist is at 60 instead of 40. But this means that Adderkiss will be doing 5 from the Poison Skull, but then the 33% blight amount brings it up to... I'm not sure if it's going to hit 7 blight for 3 rounds, or if it's going to be 6. But it's going to be somewhere around there. We're also going to have Diggers, the Gem Hunter, because I want to be getting a little bit more gold, just because I keep spending it about as fast as I'm getting it, if not a little bit faster. She's going to have Mine Away, Armor Piercing, extra damage per unique gem in inventory, and debuffing the Protection. Promise and Prospects to get extra gems, marking targets, not that anything other than Misandry really needs a mark. Pack Tactics for extra blocks, and if she gets into row 4, we have Minecart Crash. She's also my scouter bot here, so we have the Ancestors map with Trap Disarm, and plus 25% scouting chance, and Dig's Own Head, which is her predecessor, so plus 20% scouting chance and armor piercing on anything that is not Mine Away. We're then going to have the new Krakenslayer, Vein Tree. Hopefully starting with Skewer, depending upon which row she's in when she starts, because this is only a rank 3-4 thing. Otherwise, we have Blood in the Water to do bleeding damage. If she hits anything, it's extra blight and bleed duration received. The kill if she's ever in rank 4, and Ebb and Flow to put a block on herself and move. If she's ever like surprised, I can just use this. It gives her a block and I get to move rather than just moving with her. It's kind of nice. Then just because I haven't used it in a hot minute and because I don't really have any other decent trinkets to use with her, just because I didn't want to stack a bleed amount trinket on her. Actually, I shouldn't even be using Condemn's Hood with that. I should be using bleed chance. Yeah, that feels better. And then just because I didn't really want to stack anything that would do bleed amount, just because she's doing a 1 bleed, and well, bleed amount doesn't do too much on a 1 bleed unless I'm somehow hitting with Skewer, which doesn't hit too often. I went with the Stone Clam Shell Shield. So this gives her extra protection on being hit, knockback on being hit, minus accuracy, and minus crit on whoever hits her. And then Dodge Stone just so she's not hit as often. And then we have Miacidae the Herbalist with Sniper Shot. When Diggers does mark something, she does extra damage and crit. Suppressing Fire to lower accuracy and crit in back rows. Bola to hit front rows, and Rallying Flare, which I've taken the stress heal off of to bypass stealth and de-stealth things. Up the Torch, clear stun, and clear targets on, and clear mark targets on our own heroes. Then we have Maciac's Head so that I can hit something and essentially lower the dodge if it's bladed, which Amani will be doing. And we will have the Archer's Bracer for just a little bit of extra damage. So hopefully this, we'll take all the food. This won't be too bad. I'm expecting a lot of just overall dot damage in here, which usually is a thing, but we'll see kind of what happens. Gonna just bring all the Laudanum again, just see how much Comet Shards we can get, just because few trinkets in here I would really like to get, but we'll see what the deal is. Alright. So I'm gonna pop the map scrap on Diggers. So I think she's maxed on Scouting Chance now. I'm not sure what the max actually is. I know there is a cap, though. We'll see. Alright, and you get this. I'm going to do everything with her to get the extra gems. The blood is very welcome. You are also my trap person. And Curio in here, it does not say fight. So this again. Ruby. I'm gonna leave the Citrine. And I need to go down again. Now this can get rid of a negative quirk. So let's try to get rid of Compulsive here. Fear of Eldritch. It was a chance. Before Miss Compulsive there gets a chance at it. Take the gold. Can leave the food. I feel fine leaving the food. Alright, I definitely want to get to that secret room, but we'll go up to the treasure room first. What is her trap disarm chance? 50? No. Digger still gets it. Ooh. Crackshot there. Was not expecting this. So Ederkiss, Bloodletter, Blight him. We have a 6 Blight for 3 rounds. Gonna Skewer, we're gonna hit the Crackshot. Bleeding him. Was not expecting her to be able to go. Did not get the bleed, but that is a consecutive thing there. Pack Tactics, we're gonna hit Amani, getting her back in row 1. Move it or lose it. We got the dodge, we got the Aegis, all is good. 3 bleed on Crackshot, it goes down next. Gonna hit the Cutthroat. Probably should have hit the Bloodletter there, but doesn't really have dodge. Haha, blocked your point blank.
Palpable fear.
Ederkiss again. Blighted for 12, he goes down. Promise and Prospects on Bloodletter.
Continue the onslaught.
Blood in the water, hit him. He's down. Oh, we're bleeding.
Great is the weapon that cuts
Hey, Monty. Finish up. Or that's Misandry, my bad. Hey, we didn't take damage, and they gave me a bandage for the bleeding. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I do want that sapphire, and I'm going to have to make room for the Comet Shards here. So there be problems. Now, that being said, I don't need torches in here. I brought them for the accuracy. I can also burn things for stress relief, but they're the easiest things to get rid of here. Then I'll get rid of the food. Gonna loot this.
If only
Oh, the black koboldite too. Ooh.
Worldly corruption.
Now, with how much I'm scouting, I realistically do not need the medicinal herbs. I brought those mainly because of the traps and what they can do. Now, they're worth 2,500 apiece, or I can use them for a quirk. I don't remember what each one does, but they give quote-unquote kobold-like quirks. I don't remember if any of them are modded quirks, or if those are just, like, normal quirks. You know, realistically, I don't need the shovel to finish this up right here. Thinking noises, thinking noises. Let's do the stupid thing. Can't take any of that. Secret room. Use this, then I can get rid of the keys. Actually, I really wish I would have camped. Just got rid of the firewood there. Get rid of the bandages. I have enough food, so we'll get rid of the anti-venom, which is the big use here for it. To the battle room. Diggers, do your thing, unless we can get stressed down on Amani. And, like, second fight? Really? Okay, blighting the frozen crofter. Mine away in the sleeper's messenger. It goes down. Armor piercing my love. Skewer. Blighted vine.
Back to the pit.
Totally worth it. And then pop crofter.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Pierce crofter goes down.
Foundation is broken. Maintain the
And blood in the water. Oh, it still has 1 health. I think I can pop a pack tactics on, or not a pack. Promise and process packs. That way I get extra loot.
press disadvantage.
And
Water.
pop goes the
As the
weasel.
fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Hey, we got loot. Okay, firewood, just get stuff out of my inventory.
Together.
Gonna take the money. Gonna take the geotic apple, which is worth... Oh, it's only worth 1,000. In that case, we're gonna take the crest. Now, yeah, I'm not gonna go there. A geotic apple technically could heal me, physically and mentally, so it's a stress heal as well. No. Feast, health, stress. gem hunt, we're going to go for the stuff here. I think the geotic apples might actually stack, but eh. Map scrap on Faintry. I believe I have a prevent nighttime ambush somewhere. I do not. So we're going to restring crossbow for extra damage there. And then wound care to get the blight off. And that's pretty much what I can do. So, pack training, accuracy crit versus marked, and mental mapping for the scout chance. There's a torture chamber in here too. Ah, it's spiders. Why are there always spiders? Alright, blood in the water, move forward, get Miacidae back. We can minecart crash, moving forward, taking them all out. Okay, cool. Take what we can.
A trifling victory.
Default party order.
It's a victory nonetheless.
If I'm being totally honest, let's get rid of one of the food stacks for the crusts. And move on along. That's going to be more Comet Shards. Hopefully. Let's do this and get rid of the messenger, because armor piercing. Can then do skewer onto blighted vine. It should bleed out. Oh, resisted, that's fine. Adder kiss, crofter, get it blighted. And then, oh, it has 100 or 200% bleed resistance, so it's not going to go down from that. Miacidae can take it out, though. I can do Bola to 8 damage on both of them, that's fine. Bola! I was not expecting the crit to take them both out. Alright, Pierce. Blight takes it out, so blood in the water, just do your job. Thank you. Thank you for the shards.
Foolish horrors.
And the gems.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Thank you for the money. Gray koboldite that time, so won't stack with the black. Get rid of the blood. I know I need the blood, but money. I'm being greedy. Okay, we're gonna go up, then to the left, then make the rounds. This one needs anti-venom if I remember right, so we can't do much there. Once again, oh, this, right. Lid on them there. More Comet Shards. Another Jade. Stack of 4 Jade there, that's awesome. Loot this. Another Emerald, that's awesome. The amount of money we're going to be taking back from this. Also, I just realized that we have 2 puzzling trapezohedrons in a stack because they stack because of the Gem Hunter. Getting some real value out of that. Hey, this is my bag, not yours. I'll fight for it. Ederkiss on Hatchetman. They're almost down because of the blight. I guess they don't want to go down without a fight either. Bola will take out the Hatchetman there. I think that's some of the first bigger damage we've actually taken. Bola, like I said. Hatchetman down. Crackshot moved into row 2. If we mine away, we'll probably take them out. Guess not. Then we can skewer the one in row 4. They'll bleed out. Just not very quickly. They got blood, so they go down on their turn. Mine away on Cutthroat, Cutthroat down. That's one heck of a swing Diggers has. And then Pierce on Crackshot 1. Just Crackshot in the back rows left. Which, bleeds out. Sorry, buddy. I wanted that bag. And you already had a ruby for me. How kind.
Or is it merely...
Now, I would like the gold. However, I only can hold so much, and there's other stuff I want. So, Diggers.
A handsome reward.
I guess the ruby was the valuable thing there. Oh yeah, I don't have a bandage. Ha ha ha. Well, we already know what's there. And then I just go back down and get the curio, and we're done, I suppose. A lot of vines here. Take out the one with multiple actions.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Okay. We got a stun and we're down to 1 health on another character. I need to take out the Feeble Vine here because multiple actions, once again, they're down to nothing. I can't bleed either of them. So what might be the... No, we're gonna Blood in the Water, the Crystalline Vine, because of the debuff. And then I add or kiss it and it goes down. Then we just have the one in rank 4 to deal with. And we're done with these vines. So add or kiss. Vine down. Pack Tactics give Amani blocks. I suppose we can start getting rid of corpses to move them so they're more accessible. That's gonna wait a turn, I think, so let's go with the Whipping Vine. And Whipping Vine. And that's the fight. Okay. Thank you for the shards. Gonna leave the money. Default party order. We're gonna go back down to the last curio room. And this is so rare to have happen, and it actually happened. Wow. Okay, healing Amani. And it's just maggots. And we surprised them. This is gonna be short. So, take one out.
Masterfully executed.
Almost quadrupled its health and damage. Will Bola take it out? No. Almost. But no. And Bug squashed.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I'm genuinely surprised you didn't get blighted there, Miss Andre. Alright, so since I don't have shovels or anything, I'm just going to avoid this battle room. There's a hunger check, so that heals Amani for a bit more, which we actually needed, but if I get hit with another hunger check, I'm screwed. Now, I don't think I can do anything... Oh, I can do something to this room, because I didn't check it before. Gotcha. Okay, taking out Whipping Vine. Or Crystalline Vine there. Blighting the one in row 1. Because then someone else can take out one in row 2.
Slow death. Unforeseen.
Which is now row 1. And then we just have the horse left. So, what I can do is I can lower its accuracy, or I can just do damage. I'm going to take it out no matter what next turn, so let's lower the accuracy. Which it just stealthed itself anyway. I should have known it was going to do that. But it did go immediately into its action, so I guess it was worth it because it missed almost everyone. There we go.
Champion falls.
14 more shards, a bit more food, so I'm not screwed. Yeah, I'll leave the money. Taking what we can. Man, a lot of shards here. A lot of gems are almost maxed out. Like, curio. Just a chance. I know I was probably going to get blighted there. And Scarecrow. This has a chance to be a trinket. But also Comet Shards, so cool. And then we can de-stress by going this way. And quest complete. Lovely. Like, what was that, 68 Comet Shards? And a lot of lovely money. And the Spike Stone, which, like I said, this isn't going to see use for a while. But the big part of this is it's going to see some bigger boss use, specifically in ones where I don't have to get to the boss, like fight my way to the boss. And the boss is the entire dungeon. That is my plan for the Spike Stone. That's where we're going to be using it. And hopefully that works out. And, like, I build the party for it. That's going to be the other thing, is, like, one, those are going to be the situations where I want to use it, but two, I also have to use a party that is built around the Spike Stone and trinkets like that. So, what is that? Almost 35,000 gold? 2 busts, and then we got 16 crests, which were one of the bigger heirlooms I needed. Few people hit level 2. Eagle Eye on Amani, which isn't the greatest. There are a few range skills she has, so that's kind of whatever. Enteric Fever, which we need to get rid of on Diggers, so she's out for a little bit. Bloodsucker Slayer, Phantasmophobia, which isn't the worst thing in the world, and Courtyard Explorer on Misandry.
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
Speaking of the Arbiter, I mean, he's not a very good one, but I can get him right into the hamlet right now. The fact that he's fading, although he does have Reckless, which goes into the fact of Raptorial Nature Damage Reflect, I might have to do that. How many of those things do I have? I have exactly 25. And what else would I be doing with them? The Red Seal Ship. That is exactly what I would be doing. Screw it, we are hiring Helker. Because that Reckless is actually really good, and I want to get that locked in. We probably will get rid of Fading, but then he's also hired to level 4, so we can pop him in right where I need him. I need to get rid of someone. We can get rid of one of the Antis. I was going to say we can get rid of one of the Ironclads, but with how quickly they drop when I use them,
It is done.
maybe that's not the best
Now to
choice.
the condition of those poor devils who remain.
Although, there's also one in the stagecoach. Let me see here. So we have a good Tempest. Okay. So just so we can see how they function in this estate, let's get rid of one of the legions and get them working,
Broken, cast aside like
so that like I can get a feel for them. There shouldn't be too much of a difference. Like, I don't have to do anything. I don't think I had to do anything to like edit how they work. There might be a few trinkets or something like that. The Time Distorted Miller is available, so that's going to be like essentially the Time Rye Miller, just an apprentice version of them. And in the Farmstead Plus, where I have to like go fight to them, but usually it's like 1 or 2 fights along the way. And otherwise, things be thingin'. Actually, I might be going to do that next time, because otherwise the trinkets aren't looking too great around here. So that's probably going to be the plan for next time. Probably could do it in this episode just because it tends to be a shorter fight, but I have a few things to go do. And I would forget how long this episode was and then go on a very long one when I get back. So let's not do that. So I think that will be the plan for next time and go from there. So as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.